Okay, first reaction. Metal plus acid. What's the name of the gas produced? What do you get when your reactive metal is added into your acid? Carbon dioxide. Hydrogen gas. Reactive metal plus acid is hydrogen gas. What's the chemical formula for hydrogen gas? H or H2? H2 is a diatomic gas. Okay, what do you use to test for hydrogen gas? Lighted splint. What's another term for lighted splint? Yeah, in some question they don't use lighted splint. What do you call? Glowing splint is not lighted splint. Big difference. They can tell you burning splint. Lighted and burning splint, they refer to the same thing. Okay? So, first, you must be able to recognize that you have to use a burning splint or lighted splint to carry out the test. Then followed by the observation is expected. Okay, so for the test, you just write down, place a lighted splint. And you always say you place it into the gas. Do not tell them you place it into the test tube, the boiling tube, the conical flask. Sometimes you could carry this out in a beaker. So always go straight to the point, you put it into the gas. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, sometimes they don't use lighted, they can use burning. So for burning or lighted splint, it just means that you are given a stick, something that looks like a satay stick. Okay, then you put this stick into the Bunsen burner flame and make sure you get a small flame here. This is your burning splint, or you call it the lighted splint. Okay, so this is not glowing, this is literally burning because there's a small flame. Only with this burning splint, you can end up with a glowing splint. Okay, so I'll tell you how you can go about doing it. Okay, what is the expected observation? What will happen to your lighted splint? Okay, extinguishes to a pop sound, good. Okay, so you just have to say for observation, lighted splint extinguishes with a pop sound. Okay. Okay, so this is your hydrogen gas. Okay, I think for the second one, they're actually giving you the gas, which is your oxygen gas. What's the chemical formula for oxygen gas? O2. So I think this one you're familiar with it. Okay, so for oxygen gas, this is the one where you use a glowing splint. Okay, so similar phrasing. You place a glowing splint into the gas. Okay, so a glowing splint, same thing. You have to use your stick, light it up so that you have the fire there. After that, you have to shake it off. Shake it off so that the flame goes off. So when the flame goes off, you have this part that is glowing red. This is your glowing splint. Okay, so this part, here will be glowing red. You all know the joystick, right? The one that people use for praying, the joystick, the long stick. Okay, if you all happen to pass by the temple, okay, if there are people who are actually burning some of the joystick, right, you realize that when they put it into the fire, you have all the fire there. When they shake it off, the fire disappears. Then the top portion is actually glowing red. So that is glowing splint. And this is how you get your glowing splint from the lighted splint. Okay, so there's no way you put a splint in the air and then it turns glowing. You must have burned it somehow first. Then once the fire is being shaken off, you end up with this glowing splint. Okay, so for this gas test, right, you must be very fast because the glowing part will only stay for a while. After that, it will disappear. Okay, so if it's oxygen gas present, what happens to this glowing splint is glowing splint will rekindle. What does the word rekindle tell you? Any idea what's the meaning of rekindle? It becomes fire again. So it will actually relight. So the glowing splint will burst into a small flame again. That is what is meant by rekindle. But you cannot say burst into a fire. Okay, use the term rekindle. Can? Okay, so we have completed your hydrogen gas, your oxygen gas. I am going to move on to your next gas. Okay, look at the next pair of reactant. Your iron 2 carbonate and hydrochloric acid. What's the gas produced in this case? Carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so you must be able to figure out the gas first, then you can describe the correct gas test. Do you remember how to test for carbon dioxide gas? Yeah, how to use lime water? Okay, bubble the gas into lime water. Don't add the gas to lime water. No such thing. Okay, so when you bubble the gas into lime water, right, it looks something like this. Okay, so you have your test tube, 2 test tube. Then you have another one over here. Okay, so usually you hold them in this manner. Then over here you will stop it using a delivery tube. So this delivery tube will be placed inside this test tube that contains the lime water. So over here, you fill it up with lime water. Okay, then what you have over here will be your reaction mixture. So you'll be your metal carbonate plus your acid. Okay, so how do you know there's a gas produced, right? You're going to see bubbles. Okay, you're going to see bubbles inside the test tube. So what is observed inside this test tube? You see bubbles. Alright. Okay, instead of saying bubbles of colorless gas, right, some books they write down effervescent is observed. Effervescent basically means a lot of bubbles of gas. But if you want to use this term, make sure you know how to spell it. If not, then to be safe, I'll just write down bubbles of colorless gas. Okay? What is lime water? Aqueous calcium chloride, aqueous calcium carbonate hydroxide. Okay, lime water is aqueous calcium hydroxide. But usually you will not write it down as aqueous calcium hydroxide, because calcium hydroxide is actually considered a white precipitate in some of the reaction. Okay, so you have to write down lime water rather than aqueous calcium hydroxide. Okay, but you will see it labeled as aqueous calcium hydroxide in the normal bench reagent given it to you, so you still need to know. Okay, the actual chemical name for lime water is aqueous calcium hydroxide. Okay, so tomorrow I'll run through how you carry out this test. Okay? Okay, now move on. What do you expect to see if your test is positive? What will you see inside the lime water? A white precipitate. So observation. A white precipitate will be formed in lime water. Okay? What is this white PPT? What's the name of this white PPT form? Calcium what? Calcium oxide. Carbon dioxide is produced because of what is being used in the formula? Carbonate. So actually you form calcium carbonate. So the chemical reaction involving your carbon dioxide gas, right, and lime water is actually represented like this. You need to know this equation because sometimes you have to write it inside the theory question for chemical analysis. Okay, so please copy this down as well. Okay, so carbon dioxide gas is actually an acidic gas. Your lime water, okay, based on the formula, you can see there's an alkali. So this is an alkaline solution. So you form a product, which is your white precipitate, followed by water. What is the name given to this type of reaction? Acid and alkali reaction is known as neutralization. So this is basically a neutralization process. Okay? Okay, then there's one thing to take note of. The moment your carbon dioxide gas is bubbled into the test tube containing lime water, right, you see the white precipitate. But if you bubble excess carbon dioxide gas into the same lime water, the white PPT will actually dissolve. Okay, so when you are carrying out this test, right, if they say test the gas produced using lime water, the moment you see the formation of white PPT, you can stop the reaction. But there's 1 year where the practical exam, right, asks the students to bubble the excess carbon dioxide gas into the lime water. So that one they have to wait for a while, then they slowly see the white PPT dissolving to give a colorless solution. Okay, so you always record the formation of the white precipitate. Only if they say allow the reaction to go on for the next few minutes, then you will record the part on the white PPT dissolving. If not, usually you all don't see. In order for that to happen, right, you must be producing a lot of carbon dioxide. But the reaction usually they ask you to carry out, right, only produce sufficient amount for the formation of the white precipitate. Okay, so these are some things you need to take note. Okay, so equation just take note, because if they ask you to write it down for a theory question, you must be able to write it down. Other than that, mostly it's the observation you record for practical. Okay, question over here? Okay, then let's move on to your next page.